Alright guys, so back in a new video. Today we will talk about how to do actually your pre-production plan. We talked about it many times in our channel. Pre-production plan, it's very important. You cannot make a video game unless you have a pre-production plan. So how to actually make a pre-production plan? So the first thing is to make a concept vision. It has the tagline or the hook or the game idea, whatever you would like to call it. It is something that is very important to be listed firstly in the pre-production plan. Then you might to write a one-page pitch or something like that, just like you are doing it for a publisher, even if you are not just for yourself. So you need to make this page. So it's like a very simplified version of a GDD. It has the genre of the game, the core gameplay loop, the target audience, either PC, console, or something like that, and the selling point in the market. This would also help you a lot if you are going for a publisher, because this is something that is needed for pitching for publishers, but in more details that you would have after completing the pre-production plan. The second thing that you would need to create, which is a very important thing in such an industry, is the narrative design or the full story of your video game. I know many people have it very difficult to make the full story of a video game just when they started the pre-production plan, but it's the most important thing. And if you can't do it, you can't just hire someone that writes you the story. It's very important to have a very nice, very good story for your video game, because it will shape everything else coming after it. So you would need a very amazing world building, very amazing character like development, amazing hook for the story. Everything should be perfect or near perfect when you are making a story for a video game. It should have definitely world building and stuff like that to describe the whole world, the kingdoms, the stuff that are actually found or already in your video game. If you can't make a story, again, just hire someone or seek a writer or a friend for working with your project, or if you do not have the money to pay them, like give them rev share or something like that. After that, you need to make a market research, something that you research the market of what actually in your genre, because after making this story, it's very easier for you to understand what type of video games are similar to yours. So you go and do market research about them. What did they do? What's the UI style that they are using? What are the unique things? What are their pros and cons, which will actually help you to make a better video game than theirs, so it will pop out more in the market and you get better positive reviews. So in the marketing research, you're gonna brainstorm everything. For me, I would say until you go watch 3 shows related to your narrative design and play 5 video games related to the genre or very close to your video game. It's very amazing. I know many people gonna say, oh, you're wasting your time, just go and build it. They are stupid. And this is completely true to do. Many people do it. You need to brainstorm as much as ideas as you can. You go, you see how did they produce their game. You go and play their video game. Go in Pinterest and see sketches on art related to your art style. Go and watch movies in the same genre of your story. After that, you want to make the game loop design. So this is a very important thing for you to plan out very early in pre-production, after the narrative design or after the market research. It's an amazing thing, and it will shape all the gameplay in your video. It will have the core loop. So this is a very simple, stupid core loop. Definitely yours should be 3, 4, 5 pages long, but like fight, collect items, upgrade, fight again, and something like that. You need map progression systems. Many people think that they need to know how to code the things in details. It's not like that. You just need to understand what systems you need. Like I'm needing a dialogue system, an inventory system, a pickable system, a player movement system, something like that, and to know which ones are more crucial to do to make the vertical slice of your video game if you were seeking a publisher, because some systems are not really intended to be used for vertical slices. For example, full enemy frameworks and full boss fight frameworks are not really as needed for full it's needed for full production, not vertical slice production, because you can make a one script anime AI for each enemy, but then when you are making multiple enemies, you need a framework for them, just like boss fights. So this is different. For your vertical slice, you can neglect some systems that are needed in the future of the game, for example. So this is something that you would need. You don't go and say, oh, I would need a public float, something like that. It's not like stating the codes like this, and that's why many people neglect this thing. You need to just name the systems and how will they interact with each other. You can make a board for them, and like Melonot or something like that. Now, with this in mind, you could now make the art guide or the art direction one of the most crucial parts, that your gameplay and your narrative design is what actually defines this, which is the art direction of the game. Are you going pixel art, 2.5D, 3D, maybe anime style, or maybe hyper-realistic style? It's I've talked about what's best and what's the hardest in production in one of my videos about tier list. You can go and check it out. Go to the homepage and there's like a list of tier list. There's one for styles. So you need to choose the best style that does not cost a lot in production, and also very much fit your current narrative design and gameplay design. You need to understand it. You need to make everything in direction. Make like a very small prototype for it, just so you can like see if you like it or not, what you want to iterate and what you want to like avoid in like a production plan, like mixels, for example, which are like the wrong scale of pixel art in some video games. You need to actually make everything planned and what errors you don't want to really see in your art direction. Then comes technical planning, which many people, again, most people just like open a new project in their game engine. This is not actually how it works. Now you will decide what game engine you will do. Maybe your game needs a custom game engine even. Maybe you want to make a 3D game, so you are usually working with Unity, but your game needs some features that are very easy in Unreal and your game rely on them. So now you go and make your game in Unreal. So this is the thing that many people don't really understand. You will choose your technical details after all of the things we stated. You wrote your whole story, your whole gameplay, your whole systems, everything in plan. Then you go for technical things. I'm gonna use Unity or Godot or Unreal or Bavey or whatever engine you like, CryEngine, whatever, make a custom game engine. Then you decide what languages, because some have multiple languages like Godot and Unity. Unity I think have Java and C# and Godot C# and GC script. So you're gonna, even in Unreal, are you gonna just use C++ or gonna use this visual scripting model of them, like Blueprints, or mix of both? So you would need to understand what things are you gonna do. Then go for tools. I also have a very detailed video about what tools goes in AAA productions, things like WYs, Perforce for version control and stuff like that. There is very detailed stuff that many people don't understand in the end development, so you want to check that out because it will help you a lot making your video game. So go check that video. It's the previous video of this one. It's a very interesting video that I really recommend. After using the tools, now you will plan things like, am I gonna support colorblind? What language is I'm going to support for my video game? Because this should align with your marketing strategy. Should I make it for a cross-platform? What platforms I'm gonna publish my game? Maybe Apple, Android, PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever. Things like other than PC, because usually people just develop games for PC. But if you also want to, you can just like say my game is just for mobile, for example. So you want to actually see what's in your technical recommendation or in your technical specifications. You want to decide what platforms you're gonna publish in. Now you can define your scope. You'll actually say, are this gonna be an indie title, AA or AAA title, just to understand how much time will go in the production phase and plan things out in the pre-production phase. You estimate your budget and team size just for pitching for publishers and stuff like that, and to understand and not go over scope with your budget. Now you should have the game design document or the GDD, the TDD or technical design document. You should have the art pipeline, which is a pipeline for each art direction stuff, and the story pipeline, which is something that have the main road, the different roads of characters, the whole story, world building, maybe a map for your kingdoms and stuff like that for every video game, so a full story pipeline. Then the last step in pre-production is making a vertical slice, which is just like a prototype, a small prototype for your game, having most of features and how the game would look in after full production. When you do this thing, your chances on having a publishers increase by 75-85%, because many publishers don't just get pitched like this. Usually they get just a game.exe, which sucks a lot. So you want to make sure you have these things, keep it professional. It will not cost you as much time as you think, and you will have a better game. And the thing, and the best thing, your production time will decrease a lot than you think, and you're not gonna face sudden problems after the pre-production plan. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Definitely hit that bell button and subscribe button. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Thanks for your support, and see you in the next episode.